Hey everyone, Tankenstein here, and welcome to Stock to Spaded. In this episode, I'll be bringing you the Panther F. This is a currently rank 4 battle rating 6.0 medium tank in the German Ground Forces tech tree, and is a totally optional vehicle to unlock, so you can actually unlock it in the same exact spot as where the Panther A sits, thus making it perfect for Stock to Spaded. Now this vehicle is a bit different than the other Panther variants currently available in War Thunder in that it has the small term turret, which is essentially the Panther 2 turret except put onto a Panther body, and it also has a slightly different cannon and also a better reload rate as well as a rangefinder. So this is about as far away from a Panther as you're going to get outside of the Panther 2 while still of course being a Panther. Now of course, being that this is a Stock to Spaded video, I go through 3 different matches, the first match being totally stock, second match being about halfway stock, and the third match being fully spaded. And in those matches I go over the changes I notice in the performance of the vehicle, how it is in battle, how successful it is in battle, and I just kind of go over whether or not I feel that this vehicle is actually worth grinding for, unlocking, crewing, spading, so on and so forth by the time that the last match concludes. So pretty much this is almost kind of like a mix of a gameplay and also review video, but a bit more as well in it. That being said, of course, please like, comment, subscribe, or at least consider doing so. But without further ado, let's get into it. So of course, first match, fully stock. And I mean, I could tell you guys this right away. The mobility on this vehicle is not that great at all. It's poor. So this is, outside of the Panther 2, the heaviest Panther you're going to get. Oh good, I technically can capture the base, so I guess that kind of works. But this is the lowest power to weight ratio that you're going to get of any Panther, if I'm not mistaken. And it really shows, especially stock. I mean, a fully spaded Panther is actually pretty decent when it comes to its mobility. Now, over the past few months, we've seen Panthers have a pretty substantial decrease in their overall engine power, which I've noticed. If I'm not mistaken, they used to be something like, what, 650 or 700 even? But no longer. That was a big old boom. But you know, one of the great things though about the Panther, any Panther variant really, all the way up to the Panther 2, is that they all come stock with the same shell, with the base shell that is coincidentally their best shell. So I do not mind that at all. It's going to give me enough armor pen and post pen damage to be able to destroy pretty much any tank with relative ease, so long as it's not a heavy from the front. Let's see what we could do. It looks like there may be an enemy there. I'm not really so sure. Now, again, one of the other great things about this is that it has a much better reload compared to, for example, the Panther D or the Panther G, or really any other Panther currently in game, which is just very, very nice. Let's see, can I hit him? I can. Got the track. Works for me. He got my track. But I've got a much better reload rate. Got the kill, not too shabby. Now all I have to do is just back up. One of the other big problems with this vehicle that goes to really any Panther tank is going to be the fact that it has an absolutely terrible reverse speed. I mean, the Panther 2 does have an improved reverse speed, but at least this makes firing on the move pretty decent. Now, I've only destroyed light tanks and essentially a light tank destroyer, so nothing all too impressive, but notice how those were all one-shot kills, and there's a reason. 3 kills, 4 kills? Not too bad. I mean, this thing, one thing that can be said about every Panther, and I think that this is, let's see if I can get him. I doubt it. Okay, I was kind of expecting him to be a little bit more in on that. But one thing that you could probably say about most, if not all, Panther tanks is that even stock, they are very effective. And more so on tanks than almost any other type of vehicle in War Thunder, the shell type matters. And when your best shell is your stock shell, that is a huge advantage going forward. And this vehicle definitely shows that. I mean, it is wonderful in that regard, and the fact that you don't really have to move through the tech tree to get the best shell possible. That is just such a huge advantage that this thing has. Let's see if I can hit him. Got the 5th kill. Not too shabby. And I have a base cap. This is a really, really good match. Holy guacamole. So yes, fully stock. This thing is very good. Now, of course, so much. I was hoping that I was going to be able to destroy his the rockets and blow it up, but whatever. But fully stock, this vehicle is just awesome. No complaints at all. Now, it does have a slightly slower... Is that an actual tank over there? Doesn't look like it. This does have a slower turret traverse compared to the Panther G and the Panther A, if I'm not mistaken. So it's not perfect in that regard. But, you know, of course, it still has the better cannon. By better cannon, I mean essentially you get a much better reload rate with this, on the order of like a second or so better than on the Panther A, Panther D, Panther G, and also the Panther 2. Now there's all this hubbub about the Panther 2, understandably so, but I think a lot of it's for the fact that you can't get the Panther 2 anymore, which, you know, of course sucks. Let's see if I can hit someone. He's got fire randomly. I really should be going for the B point, and what I'm doing right here is what you call a noob mover. Maneuver? Something like that. Basically, just not something you want to do. Oh, there was an enemy right there. Okay, someone's capping the B point. Perfect, I'm just going to go in. I've got enough armor. This thing is almost kind of like a medium heavy, where it can more or less kind of take care of itself. But this Tiger E seems to have laid down some smoke. So I'm going to follow his lead, but of course point my gun in this direction. We have an enemy there. Still, that armor, not bad. But of course, I lack the firefighting equipment, so I might be dead in the water here. So I'm just going to try to go out fighting, because I do not see anyone helping me. Help with firefighting is so uncommon in this game that I just don't think it's going to happen. Uh-oh. Got the kill. None too shabby. Look at that nice reload. There's no ready racks or anything like that that I have to worry about. So, like I said, I do not think that anyone's going to help me, so I'm just going to go on. I can't get help with firefighting, so I'm more or less dead here. So that's it. You know, ultimately it looks like 6 kills, a base cap is going to be my stock match. It's probably all downhill from here. I'm not going to see any sort of improvement with this. There we go. Finally. So that said, let's get into the halfway spaded match, see what we can do. But to be honest with you guys, and, you know, I don't know if, you know, if you knew this, but sometimes what I do is I have a vehicle fully spaded already. The Panther F, I have fully spaded, and so what I did for this first match was I deselected every single modification. The second match, I'm only going to select about half the modifications, and of course the third match, I am going to select all of the modifications, just so you can get kind of an idea of the process that I have. But that being said, let's get into that second match and have a good time. Now, some things to note here. I do actually have a Panther guide if you guys want. Definitely try to check that out. I'll try to link it in the comments below and do this, that, and the other thing. But, you know, it's a pretty popular guide that I have. And, you know, if you guys want, let me know if there are any other guides maybe you guys want. I'm actually currently working on a French tech tree overview / guide and also a Sherman guide. But I've been working on those for the better part of the last year. They just haven't really, I guess, come together. Now that said, though, what I can tell you immediately with this vehicle is that with just the engine upgrade on it, it is substantially faster. You know, appreciably faster might be a good way to put it. It's just very, very nice in that regard. Got the kill, AMX 13, and I got the base cap. Not too bad. So the first match was just, you know, maybe a bunch of luck that I was facing a bunch of light tanks. I think every shot that I hit, for the most part, with the exception of maybe one, was an armor pen. So I did quite well in that match. But you know, that was actually the first match I recorded for this. So if you guys don't know, when it comes to Stock to Spaded, I like to have very honest matches. I'm not just looking for like 7-kill matches or something like that, but rather, you know, what you can honestly expect with this vehicle. And that was the first match I recorded with this for the Stock to Spaded. So pretty darn lucky. And, you know, being that you already see a kill and a base cap here, more likely than not, this is going to be the you know, what I'll keep for the second match. Now, important to note here is, ooh, whoa. How does this guy not notice? Okay, perfect. Let's see. Also, this does have better gun depression than the standard. Nope, got myself killed. But that was by an M51. Let's see how it did it. And, I mean, M51 with the heat shell can do it any which way, but I guess that makes sense. It was probably easiest for it. But not too bad. 2 kills, base cap in 3 minutes. And, you know, ultimately, when it comes down to it, when you're about halfway spaded, what you're going to get, at least when it comes to Panther tanks, is a slightly faster vehicle, just a better performing vehicle. But that's really it. I mean, you can still pen through the same armor of tank, you can still do this, that, and the other thing, but hopefully I was able to show you there that with the selected modifications, this thing performs a decent amount better. It's definitely a better vehicle in a noticeable way. Now, that being said, let's get into the final match here, go fully spaded, see what we could do, and then I'll give you my final, I guess, overview or recommendation or whatever it is that you want to call it about this vehicle, and whether or not I actually think that's worthwhile. As I said, let's get into it. So here we are finally in the fully spaded match, and let me tell you guys this. I am, of course, impressed by the Panther F. Now, again, bear in mind, like I said in the previous match, that I actually already had this vehicle spaded before, so I had gone through the grind, made it fully spaded before, and just retroactively removed and added modifications for this video. So, you know, I could more or less kind of still show it as stock to spaded faithfully, but, you know, of course, just because I already had it fully spaded, kind of had to do what I had to do. But that being said, this vehicle is wonderful, fully spaded. You know, it feels much quicker. I mean, not insanely quicker. You know, I mean, of course, you're still looking around a 45-ish ton vehicle, and it's underpowered to an extent, which is obviously a problem. It looks like we got ourselves a tank over here. Let's see. Okay, it's an M6. One of the great things about this vehicle is that you can fire very much reliably on the move. Is he gonna hit me? Got him too. Okay, and there's also an M6 over there. Looks like that was a whole squadron of American tanks. But what? Ooh, there we go. Got the kill. Look at that, firing on the move. This thing is wonderful. The suspension on this thing is just beautiful. Just so fantastic. But when it comes down to it, you know, of course, with this vehicle, you see it where the maneuverability, the overall mobility, and just various different facets of it are improved, as opposed to, for example, the shell. You know, this stock shell is excellent. As you can see, I'm ripping through all of these vehicles with ease. With ease. You know, it doesn't matter if I'm in an up tier, down tier, whatever. It does the job plenty well. Okay, we have ourselves an enemy tank or some sort of a wheeled vehicle over there. I wonder if I just put myself in a dangerous position. Kind of. Okay, it looks like I'm gonna die here. Okay, so it looks like I died there, but still I had 4 kills in a really short amount of time. So to end this video, do I think that the Panther F is worth not only purchasing, but crewing, and then spading? Yes. You know, I might be biased. I'm a Panther fan. I love Panther tanks. They are phenomenal. They are probably my favorite tanks in War Thunder, just relative to their BRs. But even with that said, I think that between the mobility, the firepower, its reload is just phenomenal. It catches people off guard so darn often that people will oftentimes just kind of put themselves out in front of you thinking that you don't have a shell prepared, and then boom, you hit them. You know, it's just really, really nice. And so, yes, I do fully recommend the Panther F. That vehicle is probably the best Panther before the Panther 2. So it's just phenomenal. Even relative to BR, it is just an excellent vehicle. Definitely recommend it. Stock to Spaded. It is an easy, easy grind. That being said, thanks so much for watching, everyone. Please, of course, like, comment, subscribe. You guys know the dealio. I always appreciate that. But, you know, of course, either way, we have ourselves these SPAA people, man. Either way, thanks again, guys, and I will see you all on the other side. Take care, everyone.